This is Sherman Sizeman, a proud coal miner from West Virginia. Known for his booming laughter and unshakable faith, he had spent decades underground mining coal to support his family and community. But everything changed on the 19th of January 2006. He went from being a pillar in his community to a deranged paranoid lunatic. On that afternoon, him and his wife Ruby were sitting at home, just hanging out and doing their own thing, where out of the blue, Sherman stands up and starts screaming. He startled his wife Ruby that she also started screaming and wondering what was going on, but she couldn't see anything. So she turns to her husband and asks him, "What is it? What is it? What are you so scared of?" But he just kept staring straight as if something was scaring him. And although the screaming had stopped, he just kept staring straight, his eyes filled with terror, as if whatever he was looking at had kept him in a trance, and his mouth was still wide open. The wife, being confused and not knowing what else to do, she holds on to her husband, telling him, "Come back to me, please come back to me." And when he comes to, he looks at his wife and tells her, "Please don't ever leave me again or they'll kill me." And she manages to calm him down, hoping he stays that way. The next morning, she informs his family, and when they come over, Sherman refused to let them in, telling his wife that they were going to bury him alive, and the only person he could trust around him was his wife. Ruby had never seen this kind of behavior from her husband before. He was acting like a completely different person. He had become incredibly paranoid. His family didn't know what was going on or what to do. Little did they know there was a specific reason for Sherman's sudden change. A few weeks before January 19, Sherman had been complaining of intense abdominal pain, and after a while he decided to go to the hospital. And the doctor who examined and ran some tests on him determined that it was his gallbladder that was the issue. But to be 100% sure, the doctor recommended that he had to undergo an exploratory surgery for them to literally open up his gallbladder and see what was going on. After discussing it with his wife and daughter, Sherman finally decided to undergo the surgery. So on the morning of the 19th of January, Sherman went to the hospital with his wife and daughter completely normal. When he gets to the hospital, he gets prepped for surgery and wheeled into the operating room. He was lively and was chatting with the nurses as they were setting up for the surgery. And at some point, one of the nurses places an oxygen mask on his face, so the anesthesiologist could administer a 2-drug cocktail that would knock him out for surgery. But something went terribly wrong. The anesthesiologist had made a huge mistake. He only administered one of the 2 drugs needed for the anesthesia. He administered the paralyzing drug, but did not administer the actual anesthetic that would knock him out and, most importantly, get rid of the pain. When Sherman realized that he was paralyzed but not knocked out and could still feel, the feeling of terror overwhelmed him. But he couldn't move or talk because his voice